Alright, how's it going, everybody? I'm back again with the 1986 Fiero GT, and today you're going to try and tackle the cap rotor spark plug wires. Not going to do the spark plugs today. That's kind of a preparation. I did try and pull one boot, and the metal part I actually got is stuck on there, so I got to get that off. These have heat shields on them, which will be transferred over to the new boots. Obviously there are plugs that run to the back of the engine, which really, can't even see with the camera here, so that's going to be fun. Got to undo this plug, and then there's another one right there I have to undo. We'll lift this cap up and see what's going on. Also, by the way, I put a newer battery in here, but it kept dying the next day, completely dead. I actually, if anyone wants to check out the video I did years ago on restoring a lead acid battery with aluminum sulfate, or sometimes called alum or Epsom salts, I actually just did that to this battery and it worked great. Was actually able to hold higher volts than it was before. However, it was dead today when I put it in, so that means that the car has definitely got a draw somewhere, and it's causing it to completely drain the battery within 24 hours. So I'm charging it up again, and what I'm going to have to do in the interim is just disconnect the negative when I park the car. So I did buy a kit. From Rock Auto. This is a total tune-up kit. I don't know where the part number is. Oh, here it is. That is the part number. This had the cap, rotor, wires. You can see here the new wires. Here's the new rotor. These are pretty easy to put on and off. And then there's a new cap in here. And I did already verify that all these parts are the same. And now I'm going to attempt to set the camera up and try and pull this distributor cap off. And I'm actually going to label these. I already have number 1 labeled. I'm going to have to use a marker and label all these so I know which orientation they go on to the motor. So I'll do that in a second. Yeah, I forgot to mention that this kit also fits the 3.1 V6, which literally says right there on the package. So that's probably what that extra wire was for. Like obviously the 2.8 was in several different vehicles, but 3.1 was in quite a few. So that's what that was for. And this is the coil. Okay, so I got them all marked. Now I'm going to take, first I'm going to pry these clips off down here. That distributor cap. There's one. There's the other one. And now there's just 2 little regular Phillips screwdrivers, or screws that hold this distributor cap on. Alright, let's see what we got. Oh my god. This might need a new distributor. Oh, I gotta show you this. Okay, here's the distributor. Oh my god. Look at that. I don't know if you can see that, but the contact points are like shot, burnt, and look at that. Oh my goodness. That is disgusting. Probably needs a new distributor. I'm gonna try and clean that up a little bit before I put the cap on. But wow, that is something else. Okay. Now I'm going to try and get the spark plug boots off the other side. Well, no. I'll do this side first. Alright, so I'm going to need a screwdriver for this little one. That metal contact is still stuck. Okay. Something dropped off. So I got one. Well, that came off. So this metal piece will definitely be reused on number 3. So that's off. Now let's try number 1. Oh my god. What the hell, dude? Hard to get leverage on this one. Oh, come on, dude. There we go. It's off. This one also has another metal sleeve. Alright, I'm thinking now might be a good idea to spray some WD-40 in here. I wish I had some penetrating fluid, but I don't. Like, I'm gonna have to get some knocker loose or liquid wrench. I do have some at my house. I don't know why I didn't bring it. I'm probably not gonna start this car up today, because I don't think the battery's gonna be charged by the time that I'm done with doing all this. So we'll just put in this for now. And I'm gonna try and get the back ones off. Okay. This is a really weird angle. Jesus, something's really loose back here. What the hell is that? Wish I could see. God. Come on, man. Get off of there.
What? It's threaded?
No, it's okay, I got it. Can you give me the... There should be a little tiny screwdriver.
Huh.
That's what I need. Because the thing is, the boot came off,
Oh.
but the friggin' contact is still on there. And I can't even. Where the f... So I literally got... I have the actual wire off. Well, the plug is off, but the stupid little metal connection is still on there. So what I'm trying to do is pry it off with this little screwdriver. And considering I can't see and it's very tight, it's very difficult. And the bolts on the intake are cutting up my arm. Oh, well, I'm in there now. Come on. Yes. Got it. All right. There we go. That's all of them. All right. And I'll take that shielding off. Put it over here. So it looks like I'm missing one piece of shielding. I'm gonna try and clean up some of this rust on the distributor, because that is really gross. Really gross. And yeah, this just pulls right up and off, so I'll do that in a second. Rotor is not just lifting up and pulling off, and I've been trying to pry it up from down here with a screwdriver, and it's not really doing anything, so apparently I need to get creative here, because yeah, it does not want to come off. Oh boy. Oh boy, yeah, I gotta figure something. Okay, so what I had to resort to doing was taking a wrench, and you can see it was on just like this. So I put a wrench underneath that right here and kind of just pried up till it came up a little bit at a time. I didn't want to pry too much and push against this piece. Don't want to bend that. I did see it moving a little bit. Hopefully didn't bend it too bad. I'm going to clean this up more and vacuum this out and put the new rotor on. Alright, before I throw all the wires in the cap, I'm going to throw these heat shields in a bucket with some engine degreaser because some of them are kind of crusty. Okay, so before I wanted to put the cap and wires on, I decided to see if one of these front spark plugs would come out, and I tried to feel around at the other spark plugs just to make sure there wasn't a lot of gunk in there on the front of the engine over there, and to my surprise, two of the spark plugs back there were actually loose, and this one right here was loose, so I took it out, and it actually looks, I know the camera's not really focusing, but the electrode actually looks fine. I don't know about the gap, I don't have a checker tool right now, but it had a lot of crap and oil on it and on the threads, which I got off, but the electrode looks really good. So I'm not sure if these were replaced before. Probably. I mean, it's got 137,000 miles on them. But yeah, I mean, that's good that both two back there are loose, and the only one that's not loose is the easiest one to get to, so hopefully that spark plug job will be an easy job. Yeah, so that's really good news. I can't believe it. So I'm actually going to try and pull these two plugs out and just see what they look like. The ones back there, I'm actually just going to tighten them up, and because I really want to get these cap and rotor on. Alright, so I promise I will get to the cap, but so I wanted to take these other two plugs out just to make sure they look good too. I think these have been replaced at some point, and whoever put them in didn't really tighten them in that well. That one broke loose with almost no force at all. These two were actually loose. The cylinder number one looked like it was running a little bit richer than these two, but by and large the plugs look great. So while I have access to it right now, I'm actually going to try and remove one of the plugs on the rear side and just make sure that that one looks similar to the ones in the front, because two of those are still loose. I have to tighten them up just a hair before I put the cap back on. So okay, so after quite a while struggling with all these different tools to get all the spark plugs out, checked all of them, even the three in the back, they looked okay. Put them back in, got the spark plug socket, which is a 5/8 stuck, had to use this to pull it off. Even though it's real tight back there, you need something to pull it off. Had a little mirror here that actually came in handy, so gonna get to actually finally putting the wires back. Alright, so what I'm gonna do now is place all the new wires onto the new cap in the same orientation that they are on this thing. Okay, so what I'm doing now is just removing the looms on the old wires. Now I'm taking a look at the numbers that I've written on the old wires and taking a new wire, matching up the length, and installing it on the new cap, and hopefully all those lengths will pretty much match up on the car. It seems that the new wires are a little longer than the old ones, but that's okay. It'll all work out once it goes on. Okay, now unfortunately on the new cap, it's gonna be hard to see because it's all black here. So I'm gonna turn it around. I don't know if you could see, but that bolt hole, maybe you can see it better on this side. It's actually triangular. It literally is a triangular bolt hole. You can see it real good right there. So it needs to be round to fit the screws, so I'm gonna have to quickly make that round, and then I'll be able to install this cap. Alright, so I'm ready to put the cap on, and we'll start putting the wires on. quickly grab these heat shields. I cleaned them up pretty good. I mean, a lot better than what it was. And we'll be putting those on as we do each plug. So first of all, what I'm going to do is the ignition coil plug, which is the easiest one. It's the way shortest one. So I have this cap. I'm going to lean it right here. This is basically the same exact orientation that it is in the car. And I'm going to slowly feed the plugs where they need to go. And then as I do that, I'm going to put heat shields on them. And some of these didn't come that clean. I'll put these on the back and leave the ones out on the front. Alright, so okay, so I have all the plugs pushed in, all the heat shields pushed all the way down. I'm missing one for here, that's okay. Got the wire looms all snapped back in. There's one more up here. Everything is plugged back in. Coils plugged in. And I've double checked and made sure they're all in the right place. So it's time to just clean up some of these tools and hook up my battery. And we'll give this thing a start. Alright, everything's ready. Everything looks good. Nothing burning and no smoke. I gotta say, it does rev better. Like, it revs smoother than it did before, 100%. Love it. So this is how the car sounds when it idles down. It idles about like 950. I really think it's smoother. I really do. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's the first time the wires have been changed. I'm almost positive. The spark plugs, it look like they've been changed before, which is good because I'm not gonna change them. They look really good for now. So next, I think is gonna be taking this car to my house. I'm gonna have to make sure the tires are gonna make it. Pump them up a little bit, make sure the air pressure is correct. And I'm actually going to shut this off real quick. Yeah, what's next? So it's going to go to my house. I'm probably going to have to put on those windshield wipers. There's still no air filter in there. I wanted to really fix the air filter housing first, but I guess I'll just have to put it in. So probably what I'll do next time is clean the throttle body, check some sensors, put the air filter in, put the windshield wipers on, a couple more things, and we'll take it over to my house. And then we'll probably work on things like new tires, some exterior things like maybe restoring the black here on this strip. And also, I'm just going to show you, like, this piece is all cracked and fallen off, and it needs to be, that piece where the screw goes in is totally snapped off, so that's got to be like epoxied or super glued or something, and I'm probably going to paint that. Also going to paint the mirrors, probably put a shorty on here. Yeah, not going to replace these tires. These have been replaced years ago and they look fine. They have like 2,000 miles on them or something. Also probably going to do a paint job on these vents here. I might try and clean up this engine a little bit more. But yeah, I mean, gonna have to check the brakes when I get to my house. I like to do brakes here because I have a lot of my good stuff here, my nice air compressor and other tools. So maybe I'll check the brakes before I take it home. I can always bring it back over here, but I'll tell you what, the brakes are really bad, and the thing is they only had a couple thousand miles on it when I stopped driving it, so that really sucks. But anyway, I'm really happy the way this turned out. The new cap and rotor, I mean, it definitely needed. Those things were in crap condition. I mean, we'll take a look over here at them. You couldn't really see, but oh man, like, just look at this, all this rust and crap, and see those connections are all like, or the contacts are all like burnt up. I mean, this thing was toast. And like these wire, you know, the boots kept pulling off like this, a couple of them. So really needed those components, and I think we'll try and run some more fuel system cleaner through it and try and improve the way it idles. I think there's a couple sensors that may need to be replaced to control the like cold start, because it does rev awfully high for, you know, about 10-15 minutes before it idles down to 950. Need to get a seat cover or something for that because I don't want that seat to get any worse. But yeah, I mean, we're getting there. We're definitely getting there. So thanks for watching this video. If you haven't seen the other ones in this series, I'll include links in the description. Please check those out if you want to stay informed about this car, and look forward to the next part where we hopefully take it to my house, do a couple things. So appreciate you watching the video. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the cool stuff we do here, and have a nice day.